Fairly candy form. There's candy everywhere. Oh god. Hello and welcome to Fairly Friday. Not every single Friday is a Fairly Friday, but this particular Friday is pretty fairly. Today we're gonna talk about something. I'm going to go super duper yap mode on this. I'm so excited for this. This has been my passion for months. This has been an amazing part of my life, and a lot of you might be confused why I'm even doing it. So in this video, we're gonna talk about my new game, Leaflups Candy Hunt. Candy. Oh my god, I'm breaking everything. Boom! I'm here in the game, and I'm going to explain what Leaflups Candy Hunt is. Leaflups Candy Hunt is a candy collecting video game. It's a platformer. Think of it kind of like Mario Odyssey, where you run around, and I do things like this. I go up here, and then I go and open this box. I collect this candy, then I take this candy back to the magic candy basket, and the number goes up. When the number goes up enough amount of times, you unlock new powers. For example, sprinting, double jump, and others. You gain new powers to be able to go to new areas, to be able to get more candy. For an example, if I go back up here, then I go over here, with the power of the double jump, I can now jump on top of this billboard and collect some different candy. That's the basic idea for the game, but there's extra twists to it that you weren't expecting. In the game, there are two characters that have for some reason locked themselves inside of a tower and given 3 keys to 3 different wacky people from around the Candinia forest. But the candy basket thinks that's very strange and something might be wrong, so the candy basket wants you to retrieve all the keys, open up the tower, and find out if they're safe or not. Here is a tower right here. This is the Pinball Tower, and each tower has a different tower owner, and each tower is inspired by a different type of video game. Can you guess what the Pinball Tower is? Oh, excuse me. Here we are in the Pinball Tower, which is owned by none other than 100%. 100% is the best gamer in all of the forest and has this room over here that is just absolutely full of trophies. And they have constructed 100 Pinball. You have to beat their high score. If you beat their high score, you get the key. If I go down here, we start the pinball, and it's just full on pinball. Don't ask why I made pinball inside of my game. I like pinball. It's very, very fun. And I've always kind of wanted to make my own pinball. This version of pinball is pretty jank. I don't exactly know how to make it work properly with the physics. So it's a little bit weird. It doesn't really work the best way possible, but it's still pinball and it's still really fun. One of the biggest things in this game is just the wackiness of what you're doing, the wackiness of all the characters in the game, and the expressiveness and also at the same time blank attitude of the Leaflup. It all combines into this really wacky, quirky, fun game. And there's a very specific reason why it's made that way that we'll talk about later in the part where I discuss why I'm actually making the game. This game also features art from all of my different games and brand new art. I thought it'd be really cool if I mixed and matched a bunch of different art styles into this game to give a kind of, is this ugly or does this look good kind of feel to the game, and I actually really like it. So you may remember, if you've been a viewer for a long time, the Pleart Town from my game Luna Lane. Pleart Town is in this game. There's also a entire Luna Lane inspired tower in the game that's a Metroidvania that I won't be showing in this video. You gotta have to buy the game to play it and try it out. I'm very hyper today. I just pre-ordered the Switch 2 last night and I'm extremely tired today, but like also super excited and like hyper at the same time. Probably explains why I was throwing candy at the screen earlier. Like I said before, one of the big things about this game is wacky characters. For example, we have this guy here. He's a scientist. If you talk to him, he says, "I'm not a huge fan of what Sign Co. is doing. The experiments and destroying the environment is fine. I just don't support them making me work on a holiday." So the characters in this game are very goofy and very silly. And that's gonna segue us to the next topic, is why I'm actually making this game. Some of you might be thinking, Fairlii, you're working on Jelly Fields and you did a Kickstarter for it. You are an idiot for making another game. Why would you do that? That is wasting time. That is being a dumb idiot head. And that is being foolish and selfish and other words. Actually, I'm trying to be very smart with this. I have had zero big goose egg experience creating characters in a video game. I have no experience with writing, with story, with the progression of how a character is, with making characters people like, with making engaging dialogue, and I also don't really have experience finishing and releasing games. So I thought it would be smart to make a smaller game that would work on a lot of the weaknesses that I have to prepare me for Jelly Fields, which I want to be as amazing as possible. So this game is actually kind of what's coming before Jelly Fields to get practice for Jelly Fields. So when this game comes out, if you're interested in it and you buy it, I would love to know your feedback on if I did a good job with the story and the characters and the world, because that would directly influence Jelly Fields in the future. I think it's really tough to make characters for a game because you don't really know if they're going to be like a fan favorite, or if people are going to think they're annoying, or if they talk too robotic, or if they're too silly. I really want to figure out how to get it right, so this is my best attempt at being able to do it. I hope you guys understand. I also hope that you find this game interesting. I really thought people wouldn't enjoy this game on the channel, so I haven't made any videos on it despite working on it for so long. Now I'm actually making videos on stuff, whether or not I think you will really care about it, but I'm hoping you guys do care about it, and if you don't, I will make you care about it. That's enough blabbing while I'm making this game. Time to show more stuff. I'm here in the platformer tower, which is owned by a guy named Beamplin and his entire family and his army of little glitched out slimes called Beambles. This is an area where these Beamplin blocks are turning on and off. This section of the map was inspired by an idea that someone had in the Discord server to have an area where you kind of have to just book it. So here I go, I'm running, huh, and then I jump, huh, and I jump again, huh, jump one more time, and then we can go over here, and then we finished it. I actually think this platformer section is such a fun part of the game. It's meant to be kind of like poorly made, but not at the same time, because all of this stuff is put down by this character Beamplin, and he's a very strange guy. I can actually show you how strange he is right here with the cutscene. So you see this little glitched out slime, that's a Beample, and when I walk up here, hey, boom. Did I land on something? This is Beamplin. And I'm gonna ignore that for some reason. This guy is a strange guy. He has one of the keys that you need, but he's gonna make you go through his platforming challenges in order to get it. Each of his challenges is based off of a different mechanic from platforming games. This one obviously is like on-off blocks for Mario. And Beamplin is a strange guy. You might notice he has no animations. That's not because his animations are unfinished. He just has no animations. He trained himself to stand perfectly still, and it gave him the power to teleport. That's not a joke. Look, he said, fade out. Then he literally fades out. He has the ability to teleport. Don't ask why. This is Bingus. It's a character that was designed from someone in the community, but for some reason I decided to make them buff. And they kind of carry supplies around for Beamplin, and you can see by their animation that the blocks just keep falling on their head and their eyes get like super big. Oh, it's such a stupid animation. If you like quirky and weird stuff, like you never know what you're gonna get the further you go into the game, then this game might be for you if you're into that kind of thing. You even get to do things like meeting Beamplin's mom. I wonder what she's like. What is she gonna talk about? What kind of crazy, unhinged thing will she say to you? It's pretty bad. Okay, let's talk about actual development stuff for the game. I've been going for a little bit, but I'm gonna keep going because I really want to blab on and on about this game. So, of course, the main collectible in the game is candy. You get the candy, and then you take it back to the candy basket to unlock new ways of traversal and other things like that to get more candy. Now, originally, I only had these candy pieces. You would collect them and then you'd bring them back. But it didn't feel very great. It didn't feel like there was a big variety of candy that you could collect. Yeah, they're in different colors, but they all are worth the same amount. Bro, someone is mowing the lawn again. Person's just gonna keep mowing the lawn in the background. We'll just ignore it once again. Second video in a row where someone's mowing their lawn. I might need to record on a different day. Anyways, I wanted different candy variety because in Mario you have things like coins, and it's like, okay, I got some coins. But then you also, in Mario Odyssey specifically, you have like the colored coins, which feel a lot better to get. And then you have like the big boy thing, which is like the moons. So here I have the normal candy, and then I went ahead and added the candy bunch, which is 3 pieces of candy, and it's worth 3. Makes you feel a little bit better than collecting the normal candy to get the candy bunch, because you get more. And then I wanted something even bigger, so I decided to make the candy box, which has a random amount of candy in it, but it's always more than 3. And then you have the most fancy collectible in the game, the key. We talked about it earlier. There's 3 keys in the game to unlock the tower. They're a big collectible. They actually have this little screen drawn by Smash Artist, who's drawn a lot of stuff for me over the years. They're very, very beautiful, and they show off kind of the quirkiness and weirdness of the characters and the Leaflup whenever you connect one? Whenever you collect one. So look, you got the platformer tower key, and you see Beamplin and the Beamples kind of hanging out, and the Leaflup's like, what the freak is going on? This game has been a huge thing for me. I've enjoyed making every little bit of it. I did think it was going to release a lot earlier, and that was a mistake on my end, and I had put out a trailer being like, oh, it's going to release on this day. And then I thought it was going to release on another day, but it didn't. But I'm still learning. Like I said, I've never really fully released a game, so I don't know how to properly gauge when it's going to be done. I mean, now I'm just going to assume that when it is done, then I say it's done, and then release it after that. But let me know what you think about the game, and let me know what you think about Fairlii Friday, and if you want me to make another video next Friday, and what you want it to be about. Do you want more Leaflups Candy Hunt? Do you want me to show you a lot of other stuff? Do you want me to talk about how I did the artwork? Do you want me to talk about Easter eggs that are in the game, or what inspired specific areas in the map? Let me know. This has just been an introduction to the game. Also, the thumbnail for this video probably had artwork drawn by someone in the community. Anyways, I'll see you later. Candy!